Welcome to Sparta, land of warriors, discipline, and government systems that would confuse even a modern bureaucrat. Let's peel back the layers of this intense city-state, where childhood meant combat, and dinner often involved pig's blood. Sparta wasn't built for peace or philosophy. It was engineered for endurance. From birth, a Spartan's life was filtered through one question: can you serve the state? Infants were inspected, and only the healthiest were allowed to live. Harsh? Absolutely. Effective? Disturbingly so. At age 7, boys entered the agoge, a brutal military boot camp disguised as an education system. Comfort was a foreign concept. These kids were trained to fight, starve, steal, and survive. If you got caught stealing food, you were punished, not for the act, but for failing to get away with it. Physical pain was part of daily life. Boys were whipped as a test of endurance, sometimes even to death. They learned to stay silent, to sleep outside, and to embrace hardship. The result? A generation of elite fighters who could endure hell and still walk back for seconds. Now, Sparta didn't trust just one king. Oh no, they had two. One led armies abroad, the other managed affairs at home. Balance came from the Gerousia, a council of elders, and 5 of 4s who acted like watchdogs over both kings. Ancient checks and balances, Spartan style. And then, there were the women. Spartan women were educated, outspoken, and physically trained. They weren't soldiers, but they were expected to birth them, and to raise them tough. They could own land, run estates, and publicly shame cowards. Honestly, they were powerhouses in linen. Life in Sparta was stripped down. Homes were plain, meals were worse. Their signature dish? Black broth, a mix of pork, vinegar, and blood. A delicacy. The culture prized discipline, minimalism, and silence. It's no wonder Spartans were feared on the battlefield. They didn't just train harder, they lived harder. One of Sparta's most iconic moments came in 480 BC, the Battle of Thermopylae. Led by King Leonidas, 300 Spartans, backed by allies, held off the massive Persian army. Their stand wasn't a victory, but it delayed the Persians long enough to shift the war's momentum. Their sacrifice became legend, but Sparta's glory didn't last. Over time, their rigid system couldn't adapt to change. They refused to embrace trade, avoided cultural growth, and relied too heavily on their warrior identity. By the time powers like Thebes and Macedon rose, Sparta was fading. Sparta remains a symbol of strength and sacrifice, a society built on obedience, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of military excellence. But beneath that bronze armor was a world of harsh traditions, controlled lives, and the ever-present demand to serve. If you enjoyed that dive into Sparta's ironclad world, hit that like button harder than a Spartan boy hitting survival training. Drop a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts, questions, or just your best shout. This is Sparta. And hey, help the channel Cyber-Theo grow by subscribing. Because history deserves a little sarcasm, and a lot of storytelling. See you in the next one.